We are working. We are developing e-procurement monitoring system, which is mostly monitor the government procurement system, which is in digital portals. In Bangladesh and Nepal, we have adopted a e-procurement system decades back, but these system they have adopted to curb corruptions in public procurement, but this is not the reality. In reality, all the political influence, price fixing, bid manipulation, and other corrupt practices is there, and there is a favoritism offering contracts in public procurement is prevalent in Bangladesh and Nepal also.
Hi everyone, I am Team 4 and I am going to work on digital citizenship. This is RAC, Digital Anthropological Action Against Corruption. How many of you love gossip? Everyone loves it. The reason is that we have always consumed informations for thousands of years with stories. We love telling stories, we love hearing stories. Corruption also happens to happen in stories. Whenever someone goes through a corruption experience, they tell you a story. Whenever someone tries to resist corruption, they also have their own story. Even people doing corruption have their own story of why they are doing it. So corruption is a culture. It's a story of humans, an interaction of their actions and motivation. But when everybody starts sharing their stories, these are millions of stories together. How do you make sense of these stories without losing their context? And this is where DAC comes in picture. We are using the most recent advancements in natural language processing and digital humanities to make sense of how we analyze data around corruption.
Government of Nepal provides different funds and grants to schools for for inclusion purposes, such as setting up computer labs for computer literacy, school lunches, and even like scholarships for girls and marginalized communities. However, when we talked to school principal and former education minister, we found out that these budgets are allocated, and then when the projects are completed, they are sent into a filing system to the municipal office. However, there is no systematic mechanism to track the progress and the outcome of what happened with those grants and budgets.
We are glad to be here. Our team 10 is working on problem statement number 1, that is budget and ownership transparency, and more specifically on the land corruption in Pakistan. We would like to present our problem through a little role play.
You have seen that how easily a file can have its multiple copies in Pakistan. And this is because of the ground level issues. Like we have a lot of paperwork there, and paperwork leads to the human interaction, the corruption, or the time-taking process or complex process of transfer because of the excessive involvement of the institution in the property ownership transfer. So currently Pakistan is making effort to reduce this by having a digital land registry system, but that system is having a data center, and data center has a risk of data leakage or data loss. Like few years back, Nadra and Kareem also have the same issue. Also, the data is roaming on the public network, and anyone can access it with a false and perform the false transaction.
We are working on digital citizenship to constrain corruption, and we call our tool as KYP. We all know KYC is know your parliamentarian. We believe the corruption is hiding behind a opaque veil, and we plan to increase corruption, because if we increase transparency, we decrease the corruption. That's what our plan is. So how do we do that? Currently, we are focusing on Nepal, and there is no parliamentary profiling done of the parliamentarians. So what we want to do is that all the public representatives right now, their profile is not visible to people, so people do not know where exactly is his allegiance and what all is doing. Of course, data is available, but it's very scattered. So we want to do their profiling. So the solution is KYP, where we aggregate all the data which are available on the government websites, all the authentic data on the data reports, and create a profile, a brief profile of all the individual parliamentarians.